Good morning, everyone. How are you today?
Good morning.
So my name is Alex Hans. A lot of friends call me Nemo, so I'd actually rather you call me Nemo. Miami, Florida. I graduated from the University of Florida with a degree in sports medicine. I also graduated from Full Sail University with a degree in recording engineering. So got a lot of background. So Foolies Limited Clothing. This is an idea that me and my brother of another color came up with. That means he's a white guy. So we came in together with this idea because we wanted to inspire people who were foolish enough to live out their goals and dreams. So when I came here many moons ago, I was very rough in a lot of the concepts I was doing, but it was pretty awesome with what we were doing. So the past of Foolies. So what we were doing before we are here where we are now. Every customer that would, so give me more preference. It is a clothing company. So we do a lot of motivational t-shirts, a lot of motivational apparel, that kind of stuff. So when we started Foolies in the inception of it, we were just ironing the word Foolies onto a shirt. Little Walmart shirt, got the laser inkjet printer concept going now. And we would just iron the word onto a shirt. Really simple concept, Foolies. People who are so inspired to live out their goals and dreams that they were called Foolies. I was doing music and rapping, so I wanted to inspire my audience to really big up and change the world. How could they do that? We did that through apparel. So we would write customers handwritten letters thanking them for their orders because we figured we needed to appreciate them in an amazing way. I would package up everything inside of a miniature paint can because my idea was that if you have all your goals and dreams inside of a paint can, when you open up that can, you're letting your dreams free, you're letting your goals run wild. So that was the concept way back in the day. So that was fun. A lot of letters written, a lot of packages sent out, going back and forth to the post office. Those were the golden days. Now to the present, where we are. So I've had a lot of cool things happen for me. In the midst of being inspired by Viola Davis, Regina King, these are two amazing actors out in the industry, I decided I needed to put something out to inspire women of color. I didn't know what I was going to do, I just had a crazy idea. So I put a bunch of different words on a shirt to uplift and encourage these women. Be fierce like Taraji, be strong like Regina, and kind of had this list of different people on it that was pretty incredible. Posted it one morning before I went into work, because we all have that full-time job while we're still pushing our entrepreneurial dreams. And then I think by the end of the day, somehow that graphic had 100+ shares and all those things that happened, and somebody said, hey, you should put that on a shirt, so we ended up putting it on a shirt. So to this day, I think we've sold maybe 700+ of those shirts, which has been really cool. So kind of some of the magic that has happened. So this shirt that you're seeing here says, be strong like Regina, be fierce like Taraji, write like Shonda, shine like Lupita, deliver like Uzo, speak like Viola, age like Angela, rule like Queen, walk like Carrie, lead like Ava. Once again, amazing women of color who are directors, actors, and just doing phenomenal things in the industry. So when we actually posted this shirt, it was because of Essence and the OWN Network. Essence actually reached out to me. They saw my graphic online and said, hey, we needed to see this. We want to actually have this on our women who are going to be singing at the event. So an event in Hollywood called Black Women in Hollywood happens every year. So I think we were featured in the 9th annual or the 8th annual one. So a lot of cool things happens. One of the people on the shirt, Shonda Rhimes, you may know of her. If you don't, get it together. She does a lot of amazing stuff. So she actually tweeted the shirt after the event. This is the guy who put out this amazing tee, and it was crazy. I never got so many notifications in my life. I think it was like just blinging all night long. I couldn't sleep, which was cool. There was a lot of stuff going on, but I was super excited. And then this picture kind of happened too, so that was pretty important for us as well. So these group of women that sang at the event got a nice little picture of Oprah, and then this young lady here, she's the daughter of an amazing singer named Erica Campbell. She's one half of Mary Mary, so it's a gospel group, and that was her daughter. So all throughout the night, she was taking photos of her daughter with celebrities all night long. So every time she would post it to her page, everyone was like, what is that shirt? I need that shirt, take my money, all this cool stuff. So a lot of cool things happened with us with Foolies, all because of us just consistently posting, sharing, wanting to inspire, empower, the whole nine. So what have we been up to after that? What I decided to do in my efforts to support people of color even more, we have this 28 Days of Dreamers campaign, which happens during February. It's a beautiful occasion because during the whole month, I get to honor different African Americans who are making strides today. So kind of my own version of Black History Month. We've had a podcast that we've been doing for a couple of years called Dream Without Limits Radio. So it's all about inspiring and pushing and promoting other dreams, because our first shirt actually said Dream Without Limits on it after that whole Foolies rendition. So I said, why not create a podcast stemming from that? So we've had a lot of amazing guests, people from all over who have kind of helped us share those words of wisdom, helped to inspire others as well. And then I also do a Friday series called Foolies Fridays. So I usually say Foolies Fridays. That's kind of my thing. And it's all about empowering, encouraging. So it's a 5-minute to 8-minute series where I do that. So I get to have a lot of fun in these spaces. And this is my favorite photo because it's me, on set with me in the background. So I just love the fact that I am with myself all the time. And then the future, what's next for Foolies? So I have on one of our latest tees. It's the second generation of amazing women and actors who have done amazing things in the game. And then you can definitely reach out to me about who they are and what they do, and if you don't know, once again, you need to get it together. But the second generation of what we're doing next for Foolies, my goal is really to, as you kind of mentioned, Rupert mentioned it, that diversity factor, that's important to us. So I want to go out as we go into the next few years of Foolies and really make a stronger effort to support women of color in an amazing way. My goal, maybe 5 to 10 years down the line, is to hopefully increase the amount of black women CEOs, CFOs, COOs, and try to increase that somehow, some way. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I'm going to do it because I'm a dreamer and I dream foolishly. So I definitely can make it happen. So that's kind of our goal going forward. We want to have more efforts to kind of empower and encourage women to live out their goals and dreams as well. So we've kind of made the shift. At first we were kind of selling to everyone, but once that kind of group came around us, that demographic came around us that really loved and nurtured the brand, we kind of stuck with it. So now I want to empower them in as much ways as I possibly can. So that was then, this is now, and this is I'm here today. So that's it.
Thank you so much. At 1 Million Cups, we always ask at the end of the presentation, what can we as a community do to help you?
Now, could that happen after? Can I answer that after?
Sure, we can do that. All right, so questions? Come on, let it rip.
I have a question. I mean, we've been friends for a minute now. We actually met, for those of you who don't know, he used to be a co-organizer here, right?
Yes.
He used to be a co-organizer at Women Cups, and we met at ESPN in my job, and he's awesome. I have him in Facebook, and he's all about inspiration. I do remember my question regards the message for the black shirt with the message that went viral. How did that happen? How did that come about? What was like the lightning in a bottle moment?
So timing is super important. So for all of us entrepreneurs that are doing our thing, timing is extremely important. There was a part in Foolies where we had these different teas, Dream Without Limits, Faith Over Fear, and all these cool phrases. And I got to a point where I was like, well, if we're not posting pictures of people in the shirts, does that mean we don't post at all? So me and my team kind of talked about it, and we said, you know what, let's just encourage people daily. However we have to do it, any way we can, whether we're getting sales or not, whether people are supporting us or not, whether people are in shirts or not, let's keep doing it. So for maybe a good 1.5 years straight, I was just posting motivational content in and out and around of the shirts. It's actually attracting more people back to the brand, which then made them see the shirts. So it was really cool how that worked. So when that occasion happened with Viola receiving her first Emmy, it was, once again, it was timing. So it happened that night. I saw the clip that morning, maybe at 4 or 5 a.m., because that's the time that real entrepreneurs get up, supposedly. So I said, let me get up at 4 or 5 a.m. I saw the clip, watched it, cried, literally was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. She just gave a really touching speech. And she just was saying that she just wants an opportunity. Whether you're black or white, whatever the case may be, if you have the seat or you have the power to let a woman of color into the room, give us that opportunity to show up. Give us new roles. Don't give us the same gender stereotype, or because I'm African American, I need to do this. Give us new and creative things that we can do. And that touched me. And then I saw another speech by Regina King. She's another great actor. And then I was like, I gotta make something. So I called up a friend, and I was like, hey, I got this idea for a shirt. And I was like, should I do it? And she kind of helped me craft it. And it actually wasn't a shirt, just a graphic. I didn't care to make it into a shirt because we normally did more bigger quotes, Dream Without Limits, Faith Over Fear, Chase Your Dreams, that kind of concept. So we never went into the names and phrases and stuff. So we put that together. I posted it to my timeline, maybe 8:39-ish a.m., once again, right before going into work. And I kept getting notifications. I was like, what's going on? Like, I was like, I must have gotten tagged in some stupid message, or like somebody's got me in some crazy messenger chat telling me to come to something. But then when I checked, it was my graphic that was like taken off. And I was like, why is there like 80 plus likes? Like, what's going on? So I just figured my friends liked the graphic. Coming to find out, there was a really cool lady. Her name was Awesomely Lovely. That's what her kind of alias is. And she has a good 200,000 followers. And she shared the graphic to her page. And so when she shared the graphic to her page, everyone was like, what is this? Is this a shirt? Is this a shirt? So I made a comment on the shirt, and then, or on the graphic, and then she was like, hey, is this yours? And I was like, yes, it is, because I knew who she was. She's really big in the social media space, especially for the African-American community. So she reached out to me and she was like, Alex, you need to get your coins. We're going to put this on a t-shirt. So she gave me the site for Teespring. Teespring is what handles all the back-end work now, because I used to ship and do everything myself. So Teespring does all the shipping and handling and everything. So I try to find new ways to encourage my audience. That's why I started the podcast. That's why I started to do the Friday video series, because I didn't get to write those handwritten letters anymore. When you got 200, 300, 400 orders kind of coming in for you, I don't. The worst thing you want to do is make a young lady upset because she didn't get her package on time. She will love you until she doesn't get her package. So we needed to find a fast way to do it. She gave me the Teespring option, and then that kind of took off. And then, so that happened in October of 2015, and maybe February, that's when I got contacted by Essence. They were like, yeah, we were talking about you in the boardroom. And you just never know where your product or where your instrument that you put out into the universe, you don't know who's talking about it. You don't know who's sitting down. Even though it feels like, man, nothing's happening, nothing's going well for me, nobody cares, you just never know. So come to find out, Essence's team was, hey, we found this graphic online. Why don't we try to reach out to this guy and see if he could provide us with some shirts? So it was a quick turnaround for that, because I wasn't printing out shirts anymore, because keeping all the inventory on me wasn't good for me. So I tried the vendor stuff, it wasn't really working for me. I tried keeping t-shirts on me to have when people needed it, but everyone would cop out whenever they're like, they're always like, if you have it on you, I'll buy it right now. I have it on me and they wouldn't buy it right now. So I was like, okay, well, what's happening? But it seemed like it was easier to sell to people online because it gave them the permission to buy. I wasn't shoving it in their face. I wasn't saying, hey, get this now. I put out the product. If you like the photos, and I usually would have a photographer do some really awesome photos for me. So a lot of collaboration work. Hey, if you like the photos, then you get it on your own, with no asking you to buy. I don't normally say buy unless it's a new tee, and usually the tees are on a 7-day, 10-day campaign, so that's why I would encourage it. But normally I just post the photos. If you like it, cool. You'll ask me where the link is if you really like this product. And so that was my new test. That was my new way to actually confirm if this was a good product. You'd ask me for it. And so that's what happened. So people would ask me for it, and they would get it at their own discretion. When they were ready, when they felt like it, and it was convenient for them. And once I gave that convenience to my crowd, I saw more sales versus trying to aggressively attack. Never been my style, but if I were to get even more aggressive, that would increase my sales. So all of that stuff happened. Really, that's what opened up the concept and idea for us to make the transition with the shirts and all that stuff as well. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I was the shift.
Yeah.
I was the shift.
Have you heard of Chicken Soup of the African American Woman's Soul?
I have heard of it. I don't know much about it.
Lisa Nichols.
Oh, Lisa Nichols is a powerful young lady.
She's a friend.
Okay.
And she knows Oprah very well. So if you don't have a way to Oprah Lisa, she'll way to Oprah. So we can take care of that. The other thing is that she doesn't let everybody post on her page. But I can take something that you have, if you want to send it to me, and post it on her page.
Okay.
And then she'll go, what the heck is this, Don? And then we'll take it from there. Locally, do you know what Push Nation is?
I've heard of them, but I think we even follow each other on social media, but I
Yeah.
don't know much about
Willie Carey. Now, Willie Carey, he puts on a lot of events. It's very high-end African American.
it. Okay.
So I have a lot of fun going to his event. I like to network wherever I don't fit in.
Yes.
So he puts on an event once a month at South Mercedes, which is over across from the Millennium Mall.
The jazz and something else.
Yep, Conversations in Jazz.
Yeah, so we've met a few times. I met him here at one of the
Does he know the fullness of what you're trying to do?
maybe not.
Okay.
I have an idea. Maybe not in this fullness.
Then we need to sit you down with him, and he'll take a meeting. That's not the problem, but he needs to know why he's taking the meeting.
Okay.
So we can make that happen. So that on a local basis, that's an idea. And then there are a number of power women. A lot of times his panels, when they have the conversations in jazz, they're all power women.
Okay.
Everybody has to be an author, everyone has to be an influencer in a hub. So those are those are viral networks that you can tap into because each of them have the following. I don't even want to tell you how many followers I think Lisa's up to right now.
Gotcha.
But those, just like that, a divine connection can compress, redeem, and accelerate time. I'm Don, we're the CEO Clubs.
Appreciate that.
You never know who is in the audience. We had a woman, Nina Cherie. She's a African American woman, and she had created a line of swimwear and leisure wear for rounder women, shall we say. And there were 3 people in the audience that had experience in that, and now taken off, just taken off. So yeah, get with Don. I had a couple questions, if I may. We got a question over here though. My questions are: have you copyrighted and trademarked this saying?
So I am in talks with a team about trademarking a few things. It is a little bit tougher when you're using names. There's different rules and concepts. So it's like I couldn't trademark Alex, pretty generic. Everyone kind of has it, uses it, so I don't really get to have ownership on Alex itself. So we're in talks with a few people who have reached out to me and said, hey, we'd love to kind of help you out on the legal side of things. So we're just in conversation trying to see how that would work, what we'll do, and what will happen from there.
It only costs $35 to fill out a form at
For copyright.
USPTO and .gov
Yes.
and get that done.
And then it gets tricky with, if you copyright a graphic, somebody could essentially take the words, use a different font. And
That's
not-
fine, but at least, yeah, you need to, I would do that at the very minimum. The other question is are you for-profit or non-profit?
I am a for-profit, but I think I have a lot of just non-profit tendencies. So I do a lot of work where I go out with kids and we're hanging out and encouraging them, and we're talking about entrepreneurship. So a lot of my, what we do is all about giving back. And even during the month of October, I lost my mom breast cancer. So normally we have a tea that supports that cause. This year, we gave money to a young lady who's actually doing research to try to find a cure and just abolish it or get rid of it completely. So we kind of donated the money to her and her efforts, as opposed to the big wigs. Now trying to find more local people that are really working towards something and see if we can get them money to fight their cure or find a cure for cancer. So
You might want to consider changing to a Florida for-benefit corporation.
okay.
We're one of the few 11 states in the country that offer that designation, and I think that would help more as far as recognizing your company as a benefit company, as well as being for-profit, and it gives you a lot more leeway. Okay, you have a question over here?
You made a good presentation. Let me ask you this. Initially, you said T-shirts.
Yes.
That's a sweater you have on.
Yes, it is.
How much printing do you put on it? Because I can't even read it.
So now what's the question?
The question is, do you print that much on a T-shirt or on a
Yes.
sweater?
Yes. So my audience, they love it. So
Really?
it's really for them. Whoever knows it, knows the women on the shirt, they love it and adore it. So
Well,
I
you make a great presentation, whatever you're selling.
I appreciate that.
There's a great article in the Harvard Business Review this month, March, April, for how to value a like. What is the value of a like? When a like is clicked, how does that monetarily make any difference? It's a great article, and I suggest you read it.
Thank you. Any other thoughts, feelings? I'm open.
Jeff?
Question?
I'm here to learn and grow.
Hi, my name is Joe. I'm the It's So Good coffee guy, providing you guys, keeping caffeinated.
Awesome.
I love this group. More of this is a compliment, but I do have a question.
Yes.
I like the positivity that I'm seeing, like in the shirts, the sayings, because I've noticed that there's a current trend of people that say I don't want to get out of bed this morning, like on their shirt, you know, or like I'm grumpy or don't talk to me. So this is definitely something that I just compliment you for, you know, just changing that language for people so that they see it. But also, more going back on social media, I'm kind of having a bridge, I guess, with communicating, like a gap with millennials in my business. And you do a lot of social media. Is it more effective like doing it through, because I see you have Instagram on there at Foolies, and you're not including Facebook, not including Pinterest, not including any of those. Has that been more effective, or is it just like, you know, all of them combined?
So for us, I was actually very anti like social media when we started back in '09. I just was like, Facebook, I don't want anything else. No Twitter, all this other stuff, which is crazy. Leave me alone. But my friend was like, you need to get on Foolies. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna make you an account. Send me photos, I post it. Don't you even worry about it. And then when he started posting, I wanted to see what was going on. And through the uses of hashtags and different things like that, I was like, no, you're gonna give me this account, because I didn't know that it was a storyteller's, photographer's dream house. So seeing people light up over these messages and people finding me in other places and countries and areas. One of our first models that we actually had to be able to wear our shirts was in India. And I didn't even know she was in India. I looked up the hashtag fashionista and saw her. I was like, oh my gosh, she looks amazing. She's phenomenal. And then I sent her an email and I was like, hey, I would love to get you some shirts. And she emailed me back with this weird address. I was like, where part of the country is this? And she was like, I'm overseas. So once I realized that power of Instagram, really that's where all of our traffic comes from. Even that post, going back to the post with Shonda Rhimes, that was actually, she actually tweeted that through Instagram. But it was also like a combination of like a Twitter post and a Facebook, Twitter post and Instagram post as well. So, that's where everyone, especially my audience of women, that's where they are. They're on Instagram a lot. So that's kind of where we focus our energy and attention. And the hashtags are everything. I didn't care for them, but once I learned like I needed to be using them, and I need to be using them in regards to my brand, where we are, who we want to actually wear the apparel, that also helped a lot as well. So
Great, thank you.
no problem. Hopefully that helped everyone in the room as well. Use hashtags. So cool.
We have time for one last question.
You can hashtag Instagram.
Don?
Whenever they run out of something to say, I make up something. So the idea though is you take Hispanic women,
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay.
You can start with fat women, skinny women,
I got you.
short women. I mean, you can really niche it, women fishermen. So what you have is a concept that just needs to here's all your other revenue streams.
Right.
What I find in the networking world is it's just as segregated as churches are on Sunday.
Gotcha.
And they're all missing out on opportunities because of that. So don't limit it to a race.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because there's another race over here that you can make money with too.
I understand.
The local Hispanic market is $62.8 billion. How much of that do you want?
Gotcha. All women.
Well,
I will say that for anyone in the room, with that, great points. But stick to you. So, great advice. I love it. I'll take it, and then who knows, maybe in a couple years I'll definitely start looking into more of that. But stick to you. Stick to what's on your heart. Because I came here many moons ago, and there was a whole another group that ripped me to shreds, and they're like, you shouldn't be selling, you should be writing letters to every customer, scalability. I think that's when Shark Tank first got big, so everyone was like, what's your profit margins and all this other stuff. And I stuck with my heart. I just kept pushing, I just kept going. I knew that writing letters to customers, I knew that calling them up and telling them thank you. I knew that making them a YouTube video and sending it to them personally, while it took a lot of my time, a lot of my energy, a lot of late nights, that's what got me here. So all of this other stuff that I heard, I took in some of it, and I did embrace it, I did make some changes, but stick to you. So if it doesn't feel like what you should be doing, if it doesn't feel like a market you should be getting in, while 62, that number sounds phenomenal, I care about my community, and that's all I care about. And they will take me to where I need to go, and that's all that matters to me. So I appreciate it. But for anybody in the audience, if you get into these occasions, stick to your guns, stick to what's on your heart, and don't change.
That is how Dan and John got started. And we're not really the Shark Tank, we're the Guppy Tank.
That's all right. That's right.
So I'll ask a question again.
Yes.
What can we as a community do to help you?
If you do have just, I guess, connections to other just powerhouse women, colored women, making strides in the community, I just want to get to know them, shake their hand, that's it. From there, if it's supposed to happen, it will.
Have you contacted Nabo?
I just heard about them last night.
Just heard about it last time? Okay. I'll set you up with the person who's running it.
Okay.
Okay, here in town. And then she'll hook you up.
I hope this helped everyone in here.
Okay. Great. Foolies clothing, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.